Alright, now we have chapter 20 of the Bakemonogatari manga. This is a manga that has only started running fairly recently, despite the fact that the series itself is like over a decade old now. This is now the third medium in which I'm experiencing this story, having watched the anime and also read the light novels. And at first, I like wasn't even sure if I would pick it up because of that. Like, I already know what's gonna happen. But I'm very, very glad I did. It's been fantastic so far. The art is just brilliant. The artist Oh Great, bringing his distinct hyper digital style with lots of Shaft-esque reality bending depictions and kind of psychedelic almost um, visualizations of what's happening. I think it's a story that's actually very well suited to manga, as much as it is already very well suited to anime and light novels. I think being able to really kind of contemplate the lines of dialogue alongside these images at your leisure is a unique combination that you can only find in manga and fits it to a T. The latest chapter really, really blew me away. Definitely my favorite moment in the series so far, and honestly, like one of my all-time favorite manga moments ever, perhaps. Um, and it's saying a lot for me to talk about the scene with such praise because it's a hetero confession. um, so I was just talking in the video I made before about the really wonderful confession or reverse confession or whatever the heck it was in Toki. But this scene, which is a het confession, actually beats it out for me. I never thought I would see the day in which I would praise a het confession above such an excellent Yuri confession. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Suddenly, it seems like I'm babbling nonsense, but it's true. Okay, so let's break down this one scene before we get into the new chapter because I'm so impressed with it. So it starts with them trying to figure out the situation with Hachikuchi. If you haven't watched the anime, if you haven't read the light novels, like you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. So you might as well just go and do one of those. It's a fantastic series, however you experience it, or go read the manga up until this point. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with Hachikuji because Senjo Gohara can't even see her. This is what they've realized just recently. And Senjo Gohara is kind of coming up with the solution that Oshino told her, and she is reminiscing a bit about when Araragi was helping her out during reading week or whatever, Golden Week. She goes, delusions, a lot of delusions about you during the entire week. Reality was a team. Oh, I missed the part that I wanted to talk about. Basically, she's saying when you're in a situation like I am, where you've been attacked by something supernatural, you're very special and unique, and no one can really understand your predicament. You start to think that everything is about you. So that when Araragi starts trying to help her, she thinks it must be because of her. It must be something special about her. But then, where is it? Where's the line? Where's the line? This line like really stuck with me, and I'm sure it was in the novel and in the manga as well. But because of the way it's depicted here, ah, it really resonated with me. Actually, hard. Could it be that she helped me because it was me? That's what I thought. However, that wasn't the case. That doesn't seem the case. It seemed to be the case. Simply put, you just help anyone, don't you? No, 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 no. That's where she kind of delivers it flatly. But I'm trying to find it. Is it even later? So she says, "All right, let's head off. We're gonna go save this kid." Wait, where is it? What? How have I lost this? I want to reread it like 3 times. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We'll get to the new chapter eventually. I'm talking about how are we going to save this little ghost girl that gets lost and makes you get lost. Blah, blah, blah. They're talking about Oshino. They're talking, there's a cool little maze scene. Here's that I misunderstood you. When does she say it? She didn't save me because I'm me. You saved me because you're you. That's what she says. Is it after the confession? I don't know. It's all so good. Okay, anyways. She goes, one more thing. And then this 6-page sequence of 3 back-to-back spreads is, I think, the most beautifully depicted confession I've seen in manga. I love you. Oh, oh God. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God. And Hachikuchi saying, congratulations. It's so good. Was it at the end of the previous chapter that she has the line of, "It's not because I'm me, it's because you're you." That line like really stuck with me. It made me realize like the kind of moral core of Araragi that I've always found so wonderful. You know, Araragi, like, probably my favorite male character in manga. Where is it? Okay, maybe I made it up. Maybe for some reason I just was able to extrapolate that line from all the other stuff she was saying. Alright, whatever. Let's just move on. Let's just read chapter 20. Okay. Chapter 20. They're gonna go. Tachikuchi's home. But she's looking for a shoe first. That she threw when she was swinging. So, like, I think the manga is actually adding quite a bit, too. I don't remember this in either the anime or the light novel. Hachikuchi looking for a shoe? It's in his bag! Araragi. What a character. How can you even describe this person? The face he's making, too. The shame. That feeling of just, like, trying to act super casual to mask your shame. It's interesting to me. That's very good. Too short for my life. And then they get back right into their banter. My whole future man and beast. Oh yeah. That's one of her catchphrases. Human chick. What? Hito chiku. Chiku. Okay. That's pretty funny. And then this whole time, Senjo Gahara, of course, is just having to listen to one half of this conversation, which must be very distressingly baffling. I love this idea. This whole arc is so hilarious to me that once you really realize what's going on, that Senjo Gahara can't even see or hear Hachikuchi, then it's just her, like, confusedly tolerating Araragi, babbling on the whole time, pretending to fight himself, and her just going like, what the hell? But knowing that he really did like save her life and made her life so much better by fixing her weight problem and stuff. Like, just being like, what the fuck? What did I do? Like, what a mistake I've made. Why is this my savior? But then she understands. Might be getting a little bit too excited. We've arrived. Oh, that was simple. The house that she could never ever get to, they've arrived. Secret method we were able to use only for this time. Take some time to go there, give or take. Straight line to the distance would be about 800 meters. Take about 10 minutes. Take us about 1 hour to reach. It's way too fast. They made it. I love these diagrams. This is really cool. Whoa, this diagram is even cooler! Oddity Senkai stored memories or experiences don't exist inside the body of the oddity, so it seems. The only thing that exists in there is just feelings. This is the script, this diagram of the brain is like really compelling to me. the way that it looks like it has little and nor and or gates and stuff, and these little black spots of compressed black box function. The only thing it's lacking is that there should be some right and left hemisphere cohesion. There should be some bridges across, even though there are large separations. Ooh, what the? In terms of theory of relativity, time flows differently inside the black hole compared to its surroundings. Why are we talking about this? What? Hanekawa, what are you talking about? You become too heavy, your movement starts to grow dull. Time is what changes the space. Consider the time inside of the center of a black hole to be outside time. The outside time practically stops moving. Yeah, okay. So this oh god. So now we're getting back into like Hawking radiation stuff. And this has to do with the idea that like things can have negative energy, and that the negative energy particle can fall into the black hole. Such that if you no, we're gonna stop. Why am I trying to explain this again? Recalling that conversation I had with Hanekawa before. When her physical body got destroyed, her feelings remained. It was tied to the name. That's heavy, so heavy. Whoa, this is another fantastic diagram. The snail shell winding around this marble as it sinks space-time. Those heavy feelings give birth to disharmony. Give birth to the disharmony to the surroundings. Creates a deformation in the time axis between it and the outside. So that's like the actual mechanism that makes it so that when they're following Hachikuchi, when they're trying to lead her somewhere, that they never ever arrive. That they sink into this extra time. The heaviness is immaterial, and so I don't know, maybe it just doesn't make sense. Until someone stumbles upon Hachikuchi and finds her, it's the same as if she didn't exist there. No matter how much time has passed, she can't grow up. Time inside has come to a halt. Always a kid. Yes, that's right. Araragi was talking about this. Because of his vampirism, of course, he will never age. And Hachikuchi, being a ghost, will also never age. And this is something that's always been very, very compelling to me about the Monogatari series, is the split among, because, you know, Monogatari, in the end, it's still a harem series. It's still a harem series. But that the girls of the harem are split. Some are supernatural, and some are contenders to be with him forever, ever. They won't age, they won't die. They're ghosts, they're vampires, they're spirits embodied in a living tool, they're immortal phoenixes, whatever. And then other ones are all too human. That someday they're just gonna die. And it's not really touched upon directly very often. Only once in a while will a character kind of make a reference to this fact. And the sudden kind of heaviness, like, ooh, is really good. Really, really good. Really the type of thing that'll just suck you into a story. That's why, well, I guess this is getting unnecessarily spoilery, but when Sengoku does the thing, remember the thing? That thing she eats? It's kind of like she's trying to bridge that gap, you know? She's trying to become an immortal contender instead of just a lifespan contender. But then she does all sorts of other stuff that maybe isn't so okay. She's still alive. She'd definitely be older than me and Senjogahara. Doesn't have phased memories. Her appearance is hectically changing and her memories of the outside world don't exist. There is none. She's just in there. This page is really good too. The way they zoom in on this drawing of Hachikuchi, who is like normally in, it's like a background drawing in the original panel, and then they zoom in on it as if it's like evidence or something, you know? That's good. That's good. That's a cool effect. This is what I'm talking about. But it's like the sort of thing that Shaft couldn't do in the anime. Like that wouldn't really make sense in the anime to like have a previous frame zoomed in on or whatever. But in the manga, it's like I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. Whoa, this diagram. How are they doing this? Hachikuji doesn't know about the newly built road. Totally near Ashfall. Follow the road in a ladder-lottery way. Oh, that's where you go. You have to like switch at every junction. Okay. Snail Oddity Tower doesn't go that far. It can't go that far. It's quite the same for humans. People you don't know are just the same as people who don't exist, don't you think? Time they aren't sharing us. Oh, man. Oh, what an idea. Oh, my brain. Okay, alright. Now I'm on my Levinas shit. So there's this philosopher, Emmanuel Levinas, who I really like, who talks about how time is the other, how the only way we are able to perceive the forward movement of time is through observation of our external experience, and thus we are always kind of subservient in a way to the other, to what is known external to us, to what we know to be outside of ourselves. That then it starts getting into like his ethical reasoning based on that, which is very like Dostoevskian, all about kind of self-sacrifice and humbleness and surrendering yourself to this giant other. Um, that's kind of beside the point. If you follow this in the opposite direction, which is the idea of like the unknown unknown, the things that aren't part of our other because we can't comprehend them enough to be other than us. This is something I think about a lot too, the difference between the things we know that we don't know and the things that we don't know that we don't know, and how the latter is so much larger than the former. This is something that's really compelling to me. Um, so Levinas talks about like we've extended our other even to the stars. Like even the stars are within our purview now, that we even understand the passage of stars. Um, but in a very real sense, there are gaps. There are things much closer to us that we cannot say are part of the other, and it's very. This is like a connection that I don't think. Well, okay. Well, I won't go that far because I haven't read enough Levinas to say if he talks about this or not. But he talks a lot about like recognition of the face and what you're able to do to someone when you don't recognize them as human, when you don't recognize their humanity in their face, that the ways that you're able to mistreat them, and he this is where his experience in the Holocaust, as a Jewish philosopher that lived through the Holocaust, really comes out. That this is kind of how he is able to explain how the Nazis were able to perpetrate that evil, is that the humanity of the Jews was removed. Um, Holy crap, we're getting into some heavy shit. So I think Hanekawa here, the busty cat lady from anime, has a good point that's very in line with Levinas, that when we don't recognize the other, when we don't kind of see the subjectivity of their world and know that there are things inside of them that are still totally unknown unknowns to us. Like, if I see someone on the street, I can know that I don't know their name. I know that I don't know their date of birth. But then I don't even know what questions to ask them to really understand what's important to them. Like if someone saw me, they wouldn't know my name. They wouldn't know my date of birth. But they wouldn't know that they didn't know the names of all of the doujinshi I have on my shelf. They don't know that they don't know the the list of all the songs that have made me cry. You know? Do you see what I'm saying? And so the time I'm spending, my subjective experience, the things that are important to me, just do not exist for them. They're like static and visible and truly gone. All right, let's, ooh, he. All right, what else does she say? That's why when that person has found someone, when someone found you, the time between the two of them finally starts. Here we see their watches. Hanekawa's watch is a Bel Air, apparently. I guess that's a brand of watch in the world of Monogatari. Alright, we got pretty intense there. Once I start thinking about Levinas and this idea of other and time and so this idea of Hajikuji, displaced from time, a person that no one knows and thus cannot move forward in that dimension, that does not that's compelling. That's some compelling stuff. So they're here. But what has the cruel passage of time revealed? The house is gone. Torn down, an empty lot. This sign here down by their feet, empty ground. Good one to know. Rezoning. There's no way the landscape changed that much, yet our destination hasn't changed anything. That convenient. Araragi very moved. Isn't this messed up? He thought at the very least, even though it was already a tragic story, even though, whoops, turns out this girl is a ghost, she got hit by a car, who knows how long ago, even though there's so many layers to the tragedy in this story. It's so brilliant that at first you think it's like a kid trying to go to her mother's house, her parents got divorced, isn't that sad? Then you find out, no, it's a ghost of a kid trying to get to her mother's house. And now it's the mother's house isn't even there. You just spiral down into despair with this one. And yet at the same time, it has some of the most hilarious banter between Hajikuji and Araragi. And it has that most beautiful confession scene. What a masterpiece of storytelling. What a beautiful, beautiful story. And we also talked about physics and philosophy. So we've run the whole gambit with this one. And of course we have to see Hajikuchi cry. Well, is there anything in this world that went as badly as this? He doesn't care that he just got confessed to. He forgot about that. A lost cow's destination. If that has disappeared, then doesn't that mean Hajikuji really will have to continue wandering around endlessly and walking around aimlessly for eternity? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, and this little illustration of all the little lost bunnies. The little snails. That's what they are. They're not bunnies, sorry. Those are the little snail antennas, aren't they? Oh my god, that's so sad. This is another brilliant strength of the Monogatari series, I think, is that the tragedies are like Greek tragedies, you know? It's not just that like mythological tragedies, I mean. Not like Oedipus, oh no, I stabbed my eyes, oh boo hoo. But, you know, some Sisyphus stuff. You know, some Prometheus stuff. Like really existential suffering for all eternity. The sort of suffering that transcends anything that a human could possibly conceive of happening to themselves in a lifetime. Heavy. What a calamity it is. She runs through the sign, her body effortlessly phasing through, being a ghost, of course. I'm back. I'm home. Ah, ah. Although we couldn't see anything at all. Hajikuji probably has found something there. I forgot about this. Does this happen in the anime and the light novel? That Hajikuji actually plays and is happy? Look at her take her shoes off too in the entranceway. Oh man. Of course Senjougahara can't see any of this. So it's like very, very confusing for her. Oh, and there's her mom. A new time has begun for Hajikuji, replacing the time that has stopped. She explodes into light. What? No, this definitely didn't happen. What? Wait, but what? Wait, does it? And then she just shows up afterwards? Back, she said. Somehow it seems like a very happy ending. So I guess she just shows up again. I don't really remember. I guess I'll have to rewatch it or reread it or something. Man. Alright, that's a good series. That's I'm excited for the next chapters. Can't wait. Of course, people have been telling me bad, sad lies about the anime. I'm gonna treat them as lies until it becomes totally, utterly hopeless. Basically saying that Shaft is done with animating Monogatari, that Zoku Owari is the end, which, to be fair, is a fine ending point. It's the end of one of the seasons of the books. They promised, though, they promised they would animate every book in the series, and there's still a lot of books left, so... Oh well. At any rate, maybe it's true. Maybe Zoku Owari really is the end of animated Monogatari. But we'll eventually get all the light novels translated, and maybe eventually the anime will actually, or the manga will cover all of it too. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. I mean, it'll take a long time. But maybe. Let's hope. Let's hope. Okay. Alright. That's all for now.